Good evening, ma'am. Good evening, classmate. My name is Christine De Aquino, third year BA Ed. Now, let's go to our question. First question, why did you choose education as your course? Since in my elementary days, I always wanted to be a teacher someday. That's why I chose education as my course. I know that it is not easy to be a teacher, but I wanted to gain knowledge and impart wisdom of learning to those young learners. Having a passion in teaching makes my life complete. And at my age, education is best course because it has no age limit. And it's an excellent choice for me. Before you jump right in and go through the accuracy of learning and to become a learning or to become a teacher, it is important to plan out your teaching career path. First, you should have to consider the general age and education level of the students you want to teach. Now, let's go to our second question. Where do you want to teach? In private or in public school? Why? Since I choose to become a teacher, I always wanted to teach in public schools because I wanted to have benefits from our government. And you can avail only those benefits if you work in public school. We cannot deny that many of us think those things. We always secure our future. But before we cannot teach in public school, we have a lot of challenges to face. We need to pass the licensure examination test, apply and have interview on board of directors, and many more. But in spite of those challenges, it makes me happy, and especially if I already teach in public schools. Worth it those sacrifices if you are already in your career path. Now let's go to our third question. What are the advantages and disadvantages of teaching in both in private and public school? Well, private school has many advantages compared to public school. One important advantages of private schools is that they often provide quite sophisticated teaching methods. Instead of just educating children in an old school manner, there is often more group work and other tasks in private school that aim to give children the feeling of greater level of freedom and to make classes more interesting. While the advantages of public school often have more options for classes, more interesting, while the advantages of public schools often have more options for classes, after school activities, and varied curriculum than many smaller and private schools. The disadvantages of private schools are the following. Private school can be expensive, experience funding problem, and religious belief often play a major role for them. And private schools are the schools that are not funded by the government, but are financed by tuition payments of students. While the disadvantages of public schools are less flexible curriculum and have a larger class sizes, overcrowding, and government-mandated regulation. That's all. Thank you for listening.